LinkedIn is a professional network as against where Facebook is more of a personal network. Its characteristics are similar, except one connects more from a professional perspective. So the profile which one puts up is a very detailed professional profile, education, the jobs one has had, what is currently doing, in very deep detail one describes. There is a way for one to give each other recommendations. So supposing you put your profile and you have some really good clients whom you have worked well, you can request them to recommend you. So they'll recommend and the recommendation starts showing up on your profile. It's very important because some new person discovers a profile and he sees a lot of people have recommended you as an IFA. They are happy to work with you because they think that you must be doing good. It's also a dynamic profile, so it doesn't mean that you create it once and you leave it. If you keep doing new things, if you attended some new certificate course or you have some new expertise which you've now added, you should go back and keep updating your profile there. Also, things like a blog or if you have created some presentations, etc., you can link them to your LinkedIn profile. And from LinkedIn itself also, you can put out status updates just like you do on Facebook or Twitter. LinkedIn, besides your personal profile, so LinkedIn, is often misunderstood to be a job searching kind of a platform. It is far, far more than just being a job search. So it has all these other options like LinkedIn groups, where there are groups on variety of subjects. So there are many, many groups in the personal financial investment space, for example. Now you can join those groups, participate in the discussions, or you could even go ahead and create some interesting group for yourself, get people to join and lead it. It's a great space for very, very interesting and productive discussion. In the process of participating in the discussion, you're building a reputation for yourself. By adding great value to conversations which are happening, people think of you as a person who is knowledgeable, and in turn, you're creating that thought leadership for yourself. There is a way to publish articles in LinkedIn, and they have tremendous reach. You just publish a small article, 200 words, 500 words, whatever. You have a point of view on something, go ahead and publish. It has a way of flying. It just reaches a lot of target audience without doing anything. You just publish it there on its own merit, pretty much. It can reach a lot of good target audience. So again, extremely powerful tool, must use. If you are having companies in your name, or if you're from a company, you can create a company page, just like you had in Facebook. Again, from company page, you can put out updates. You can search LinkedIn for whatever you're looking for, people, for discussions, etc. There are pro accounts. Most of LinkedIn is free, but if you go for the pro account, you get some more benefits in terms of specific features which you can use. You can also advertise using LinkedIn. So there are ways in which to target ads. So if you are operating in a certain area, in a certain geography, or a certain kind of audience, you can say, I want to reach all the people in this area who are, let us say, owners of small and mid-sized businesses, and whatever other criteria who are your target consumers. You can reach very, very specific targeted group because it targets based on the professional profile, and your message can be put out to them. So again, very, very effective. And of course, you can forward people, profiles, suggest people. So these are some examples of LinkedIn, let's say a profile or a discussion group, how discussions happen, how groups are there with large number of people. So some short screenshots from LinkedIn. There's also blogging, as I was saying, LinkedIn publishing. So somebody has put out an article saying the future of banking and investments, etc. And it has got a lot of views. A lot of people have commented and shared. So that's the power of the LinkedIn publishing, as I call it, just writing articles and putting it out. That's the example of that. Finally, YouTube. All of us use YouTube to view videos. How about putting out your video? So it's an easy form of media to consume. People see videos far more comfortably than reading long form text. Your video on YouTube can be even embedded onto your website or onto your blog. So you put a video on YouTube, that video can be embedded onto your website with zero effort, almost. You can create channels for your brand around your interest. You can link inside a video. So supposing you have given a talk somewhere, which is a 30-minute talk. People may not come and see 30 minutes, but in that talk, at the 24th minute, you have made an interesting point about, going for a SIP investment. and you want somebody to only see that, you can embed a link straight which starts from the 24th minute. So somewhere else you're saying, why SIPs are a good investment. I was speaking at an event, and you can see my clip there. So out of the 30 minutes, it can start at 24, and straight away somebody can see your 2 minutes where you were talking about why SIPs make for a great investment option. So that sort of thing is possible. You can put a link on the video which can go to your website. So while somebody is seeing and they get interested, they can click and go straight to your website, for example. And again, videos can become quite viral. So for example, in your space, there are lots of people who have created their own video channels and putting out lots of interesting videos, as you can see, right? And so, it's not a big deal. Today your camera is your video camera. You could have somebody just record you as you speak on a certain subject, save it, put it on YouTube. It's as simple as that. It's not a big deal. It's not like a big television commercial that you're creating very expensive, and it can become impactful if your content is good. Whatever you're speaking is interesting, makes sense, it can again have a great visibility. So, I've already got warning on time, so I'm going to summarize quickly. So, first of all, if you've not made any start, then start small. Do some experiment, maybe Facebook or something like that. Get comfortable, then jump. Don't try to do lots of things together, because each platform has a learning cycle. Each engagement will have a learning cycle. You will do something. Maybe sometimes you make a mistake. You'll regroup. So start small, experiment, then do more. Start with a good profile on LinkedIn and Facebook. That's the most important thing. Put out a proper, complete profile with all the information about you, so people know who you are, what's your background, what's your experience. WhatsApp is a great option. I have not spoken much about WhatsApp, but because WhatsApp is not so much in a control, you can't do too much control, but it's also a kind of social media for sure. So connecting your client base, let's say on a WhatsApp group, and putting out periodic updates, which they will value because you're giving your point of view on things as they are happening, the dynamic changes in the market and the economy. You're putting your point of view, they will be very receptive to that. So WhatsApp can be used very, very effectively. Start connecting to existing clients. So once you put a profile, find all your clients' connections, ask them to connect with you, become a friend with you on Facebook or connect with you on LinkedIn. That's an immediate start. Even if you can't create content, even if you're not, I'm not a content writer, I don't know how to put together an article, but you can be reading interesting content from India, from outside India. You can curate it. You can pick the right articles and share them through your Facebook page or through your LinkedIn status updates. And maybe along with it, you can put one line of your viewpoint. Here's an interesting point of view on derivatives or this or that or whatever it is that you're talking about. So it seems that you're picking interesting content and sharing with your clients. In that sense, you're adding value to them by giving them things which they would have not found on their own, plus maybe putting a line of your value addition to it. Okay. And start sharing them on your social media profiles. Be selective about what you're sharing. So let it not, first of all, be too much, because the last thing you want is people to think of you as a spammer. You keep sending 10 different things every day, I don't really need everything. So, just because it's easy to share doesn't mean that you want to abuse the privilege that your clients have given you by connecting to you on Facebook or LinkedIn or WhatsApp. Do selectively, but be sure if you can give the most relevant content to them, then they'll find it most valuable. So that's the job, that curating the right content and sharing, that's very critical for you. And once you got comfortable, then maybe you can do that next few steps where you can create also some specific content for your own, the mutual funds which you are distributing, create some comparisons, create, what's working, what are the top funds for this quarter or this year or whatever it is, actually get more relevant. You could maintain your client portfolios, maybe you are already doing it, and maybe share with them some graphs, charts, how your asset allocation is there, sectoral difference. I mean, a lot of times, simple clients who are just putting money, they don't see a perspective like that. And tools are available to create interesting graphs and charts. You create them, share with them just the viewpoint that currently your asset allocation is like this, like that. It will be seen to be very valuable. Participate in discussions on LinkedIn, that's a great value because you are coming out visible as an expert there. Okay, so that's the other thing. Create your own content. So if you can, it's not everybody's cup of tea sometimes to create content, especially to write articles. Like I said, it's so easy to create videos now. So if you are able to talk to your client comfortably, which I'm sure all of you are, maybe just that conversation can be recorded on a video and put out. So because as an IFA, you're experts in your space, that expertise needs to come out to the larger world through means like social media. So, if you can't put an article in case that's not very comfortable, create videos, or sometimes take the help of an intern to create articles for you. And if there are specific events, the opportunity is when there is some change. So whether it's a budget, whether it's a change of interest rate, that's the time when people don't know what is the impact. That's the time people are hungry for content. The people are hungry for, okay, what now? So that's the time, if you can put something together quickly, it's most received. So find those opportunities to create content at that time. You could create a group for yourself, for your clients on Facebook or LinkedIn or WhatsApp, and generate discussions with them. So these are some of the additional things you can do once you get comfortable. Overall, the summary is that social media definitely offers a good and convenient means to engage with your clients. What it requires is focused effort from your side to exploit the medium. So it's not, ad hoc. Today you have some time, so you put out 2 tweets, then you don't do anything for a whole month. That's not going to take you anywhere. If you feel that this is a medium which you can embrace, give it solid, specific time, maybe half an hour a day, devoted to this with specific agenda, and I'm going to work using LinkedIn. Be a master. In some time, you'll figure out the space. Make sure that you constantly do something there specific, make constant efforts and move ahead. That's the way to do it, not just be occasional and random, because that doesn't take you anywhere. So focused effort, and you can exploit the medium effectively. So that's what I have to share. Thank you. Not sure. I've already got a 0-minute message, so I'm not sure if you have time, but if there's time for 1 or 2 questions, I'm happy to.
Yeah, but we have time for a few questions.
Sure.
Okay, I found this question very interesting. Is there demographic relevance to Facebook? If you are targeting the 35 to 50-year segment, is Facebook relevant? Yeah, absolutely. So, there's one interesting chart that we have seen. It shows, forget Facebook, it shows population breakdown in terms of percentage. So there's a large number of people below 18, 18 to 24, 25 to 35, etc., etc. So there is a large queue. More people are younger in India, but there are enough in different age groups. And then you see the percentage of people on the internet. So if there are 40% people below, say, X 18 or 24, there's a good chance that there's 40% or 45% of people on internet also at that age. However, if there is 10% of people in 35 to 45 years in population, there's a fair chance that 10% of the internet population is also there in the same age group. I'm not sure if you're getting it. What I'm saying is there are people of all ages on the internet. Even if there are a larger number of people who are younger, if you need 35 to 45, 35 to 55, all of them are there. There's enough numbers. We are a very large country. So even a small percentage of our large population is very substantial. And moreover, Facebook today offers a way to do targeted posts. So you don't want your post to get wasted. You can say, here's my post. It's about this investment. I will address it. I want this to reach only people who are 35 to 45 years of age in Bombay or Pune or Surat or Nagpur or whatever it is. It can be delivered only to those people. And Facebook immediately tells you also what is the reach. So it will say that, okay, based on these parameters, the total number is 500,000 or 20, whatever, a million or whatever it is, based on your selection parameters. So it's a pretty large number, and the message can go to them. In fact, so we manage Franklin Templeton Mutual Fund on social media. When we started out, we had not allowed people below a certain age to come to the page, because exactly same question which you have, that look, our business is of a certain kind. We don't want youngsters who may have nothing to do with investment to come and just do some casual posting and all that. So let's be focused, let's be selective to a specific kind of age group which is of interest. So you can disable a certain age and below from even
accessing your page. That's also possible, and that's exactly what we had done with Franklin Templeton pages.
Okay. Now the next question is, which social media do you think is the most powerful from an IFA? Assume that they cannot take professional help from people like you. Assume that the budgets are not this thing, nor do they have terrific writing skills,
Right.
if these were the constraints.
So I would say that the two which, maybe actually the top four which I said were the four. But again, out of the four, Facebook, LinkedIn are two big ones. LinkedIn because you are able to reach, see when you think of professional qualifications which are listed in LinkedIn, you know that if supposing you're reaching people who are employees in a company, you still want to be sure that you're reaching the right kind of income levels because you're offering a certain kind of product or service. So you say you can reach people who are managers and above in companies which are of this size and above, or in this location. So you can reach very, very specific target because that information, that data is available with LinkedIn, and it enables you to search in that manner. So one, you're able to pick the very, very specific target audience. People there on LinkedIn are relatively serious because they are there from a professional networking point of view. Everybody wants to make more money. You are the person who's enabling them to make more money. So if you are there on that network, creating discussions, participating in discussions, that's a very, very relevant medium. You are able to reach the right audience and in a serious manner inform them about how you can add value to them. On the other end, everybody who's on LinkedIn is also on Facebook, and many people who are not on LinkedIn are also on Facebook, right? It's the biggest network. It's the network where people spend the most time. So even though Facebook, perception-wise, is something which you do for fun, for friends, for family, you spend a lot of time. And today, actually, the interesting thing is our work and home life is all fused together because of the device in our hands. When you have a tablet or you have a phone, it's not that my work has got switched off and now my family time starts. It's on that device, everything comes together. Your email comes and your friends' photos comes and everything happens together. So even though he's in the mood of, looking at friends' pictures or something, if an interesting update comes from your side which says that, here's an event that I'm hosting about, interesting, investment ideas, and it's happening in the club tomorrow, it will interest him. It will create and connect, and he will probably look at it and maybe come and attend also. So yeah, Facebook and LinkedIn are the two most relevant ones. I would also add YouTube because video is consumed really well. If you can master video, and it's not a big deal, like I said, if you have a nice corner in your office which has a good background, something like that, and you can just put a camera on a tripod and record through your phone and create periodic small videos, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, interesting small updates, those can fly very well because they are very easy to consume as against writing 2 pages of text, which people don't tend to read beyond the first paragraph. So if you can get, also comfortable with video, that's an interesting medium also.
Okay, Sanjay, actually there are lots and lots of questions for you. What I would suggest to all the people who have sent these questions is, Sanjay, can I request you to stay back? There's a speaker room there.
Sure.
If you can meet some of these people there over coffee and address their queries, maybe that would be better. Okay?
Fine.
So the speaker lounge is on the left as soon as you get out. Okay? So those of you who have, and now Sanjay, a big round of applause for Sanjay. Friends, I've been through many presentations on social media and technology. This was perhaps one of the clearest ones and perhaps the most relevant for an audience like that. So Sanjay, thanks a lot. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll break. We'll come back in 10 minutes. You're welcome to get your coffee here. Okay? I don't want to get delayed. So let's assemble again at 11:10. 11:10. We will have Naren of ICICI Prudential speaking.